Hi, I'm Cheryl Leach. In this problem, we're asked to convert our angle from degree measure to radian measure, and then we'll use a calculator to verify our results. Well, when we convert from one unit to another, we often use what's called a conversion factor. You're probably used to doing this when you're converting from feet to miles or from ounces to pounds. So we need to come up with a conversion factor to help us go from degrees to radians. Well, what do we know about degrees and radians? We know that one revolution around in radians is 2 pi. So we have 2 pi radians to get one revolution. If we're working in degrees, one complete revolution is completed in 360 degrees. And we can simplify this by dividing both sides by 2 and noticing that pi radians is exactly the same thing as 180 degrees. Now, how do we turn this into a conversion factor? Well, remember, in a conversion factor, you want the ratio to be equal to 1. And since pi radians is the same thing as 180 degrees, we can write this in one of two ways. We can either write it as pi radians all over 180 degrees, or we could write it as 180 degrees over pi radians. Both ratios are 1. So let's go back to our problem. I would like to convert 36 degrees into radians, so I need to choose which conversion factor I'm going to use. Really what I'm doing is taking 36 degrees and multiplying by 1, but which version of 1 should I use? Well, I want the answer to be in radians, and I notice that this is in degrees, so I want to be able to cancel the degrees out. For that reason, I'm going to be using that top conversion factor. So I'll have 36 degrees times, and instead of 1, I'll write pi radians all over 180 degrees. Now the units of degrees cancel, and 36 goes into 185 times. So I'm left with pi divided by 5 radians. So it's exactly the same angle, one measured in degrees and one measured in radians. Well, let's go ahead and verify this on my calculator. Let's say that you're working on your calculator and you're in radian mode. And all of a sudden you have a problem that says you need a 36-degree angle, and you'd like to know what that is in radians. So what you're going to do is you're just going to enter 36. Then you can find the angle key on your calculator, and there should be a little degree symbol that you can enter in. So now you have 36 degrees entered on your calculator. Now remember, your calculator is in radian mode, so if you hit enter, it will return a decimal number to you. The decimal number that it will return is going to be 0.62832, and I've rounded that. Right? Now, these two numbers don't look the same. Well, pi over 5 is the exact answer. 0.62832 is a decimal approximation of that value, so this number is also the answer in radians. But again, just an approximation, that's the exact answer. I hope that's helpful. Thanks.